Bro, we made it. We made it.
Sir.
We
One
made
more
it
day.
to the one more day of Gator hate. Oh. It's almost that time, man, for Tennessee to take on the Florida Gators in the swamp. 7 p.m. Eastern time on prime time. We're gonna have like we don't have Greg McElroy and somebody. No, we got Kirk Herbstreit and Brad Nessler. Like you know what I'm saying? We got prime time. The whole world is going to be put on
baby.
notice. I've already heard too many beat writers. I've heard too many commentators. Josh Pate even taking the Gators over the Vols tomorrow, y'all. What a show we have.
I didn't see that.
I'm going to enlighten you today. It's going to be a banger of an episode, y'all. We got 3 big things we want to talk about. We want to talk about 3 keys to victory. We want to then move into who do we think are the offensive and defensive playmakers of the game. Who needs to step up? Who has to be the playmakers of the game for Tennessee to be successful come Saturday, come tomorrow? And then lastly, man, the final score predictions of the week. You already know what it is, man. It's straight up Tennessee, baby. This is the One More Day episode. Let's get it.
From 40, on the way, a knuckleball. He's got it!
We made it, man. It is one more day until the Florida Gators and the Tennessee Volunteers face off right there in Gainesville, Florida, in the swamp. Welcome to Straight Up Tennessee today on this Friday, man. Y'all know what to do. It's the top of the show. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, man, right now so you never miss an episode, man. We're on our way to 800 subs. What we got to do from today to the end of the weekend to get 800? We getting it. Somebody help us. Share it. You see the little button with the arrow that kind of goes this way? Share the episode, man. If y'all rocking with the content, continue to share. Put this on your Facebook, Twitter, whatever. Share this thing, y'all, because I'm telling you, it helps build the family. It helps build the culture over here at Straight Up Tennessee. If you're listening on Apple or Spotify, man, we're glad you're rocking with us. Continue to rate us 5 stars, man, and let everyone know why they need to be listening to Straight Up Tennessee. Baby, Turner, bro, it's Friday, and I just feel really good. I told you on, what did I tell you this? I told you on Wednesday, I was like, bro, I'm nervous. Like, my stomach hurt.
I know, and that ain't like you. That's always me, the one who's nervous.
That ain't like me. And I woke up different today. That's a fact. I woke up just feeling different. So today on Friday, I feel amazing. And I'm ready to conquer and take on the world because I really do think everything that we've been on, everything that we've been talking about, everything that's not happened, we're going to see tomorrow at 7 p.m.
Bro, I'm ready. I'm ready for today to be over with. Honestly, just being honest. Get me out of here.
Let me tell you about your boy Turn real quick. All right. And I'm the same way, so I can't really talk too much, okay? But follow me here. Follow us. The 7 p.m. start has us so excited, but it also has us extremely anxious. This man booked a full. He booked an 18-hole golf outing on Saturday to simply pass time because we know we would just be twiddling our fingers, waiting for 7 o'clock. Me. I'm going to work out in the morning super early. I'm going to be like, I'm going to watch SEC Nation because I love it, right? I love SEC Nation. I like game day. So I'll be flipping back and forth. But once noon hits, like, I got to go find something to do. So I can't sit at home all day, or else literally it will be the slowest day in history.
It would, yeah, facts. Facts. I'm playing somewhere about 45 minutes away too. So like I got a 10
Even
10.
better.
So like, I'll tee off at 10, be done 11, 12, 1, 2, then got a 45-minute drive home, get home around 2:45, 3, take a shower, watch the 3:30 game.
You be about ready to see.
Yes.
See, you'll be locked in. You'll be ready. See, me, I'm gonna have to find something to do. I got to, bro, because I know if I sit here all day, sit here all day, I'm not gonna be able to sit here and wait. I'm not. I'm just not. So, y'all, it's a big show today, man. It's a big show, and it's the One More Day episode. We got a lot to go over today, but man, at the top of the show, Turn didn't even know this, so I got to talk about it right now. But Josh Pate, who was in love with the Tennessee Volunteers all the season of 2022,
yes, facts,
is down bad. He said he feels as if Florida will find a way to muster up enough to beat the Tennessee Vols in Gainesville tomorrow. When I heard him say that, it crushed me. Absolutely crushed me. And it shows you that people are putting a lot of stock in what happened last weekend in Neyland Stadium against Austin Peay, which understandable. I get it. But I'm telling you, if you actually watched the game, you know that Tennessee just played bad. It's really that simple.
Yes, man. I mean, I think we'd be sitting here talking different if we were like, if this was like game 7 or 8, like, you know what I mean?
Oh,
and
yeah.
We just played that, like, you know what I mean? But, bro, we've played 2 games. Like, what's Florida done in 2 games? Got dog stomped by Utah and beat a no-name team?
Yeah. That's exactly right. That's exactly what they've done. And
I think the thing I really get frustrated about, like, and I was like this too, and now I've calmed down. It's Austin Peay. Like, we ain't talking about it. But, dude, we beat them by 2-3 possessions.
Right.
Like, it's not like it was a 3 to 7 point game. It wasn't a 1 possession game.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's people are just freaking out because we didn't score 60.
Exactly. And every right. I mean, you want to see 40, 50, 60 on a team like that, but it didn't happen. And so now we get Florida tomorrow, and it is by far the game that has the most weight. I want you to say what you told me yesterday. You told me on the phone yesterday something, and I need everybody early in the show because, a lot of times people like to get to about the 15-minute mark of the show and they stop watching. So I need them to hear what you said, because I sort of kind of now, after sleeping on it today, I kind of believe it. And so what'd you tell me yesterday? Tell the folks.
About losing?
Yep.
If we go down to Gainesville and the Tennessee Volunteers lose to the Florida Gators, I think we finish 8-4. 9-3 being the absolute ceiling, like the absolute ceiling, in my opinion. 8-4 is what I would go with, 100%.
Is that a disappointment in the eyes of a lot of Volunteer fans? I think so. But at the same time, it's a development thing, right? Like, as you build a program, you have highs, you have lows. Nobody expected 11-2 last year. Let's be honest. Let's just be real. After the season got started,
I'm pretty sure I projected 11-2, or I think I said 10-2.
Yeah, you did. But you also said 11-1 this year. So
I think it all relies on this game, man. I really do.
It does. It does, really, man. This is something that you and I talked about offline. Was this? This is the confidence game for this team, right? Pittsburgh in 2022 was the confidence game. 2022 Pittsburgh was the game that we lose every single year. It's like we get to that game, we get to overtime, we fought, and then we lose in overtime. But we won. This is the confidence game this year. What happens on Saturday will dictate the rest of the 2023 season. Mark my words. I really believe that 100%.
Oh, I do too. And I think I told you this earlier yesterday. I think, the confidence, of course, Josh Heupel wants to go down there and win and get confident, but I really think Josh Heupel's mindset and, not showing anything like these first 2 games, like nothing offensively, nothing at all, nothing. I think his mindset going into this as a coach is like if I can go down here and dog stomp Florida in Gainesville, I mean, that'll dictate the whole season. Confidence will be to the roof. I mean, confidence is still going to be to the roof if we beat Florida. Don't get me wrong. But I think Josh Heupel's mindset is like, hey, I'm not going down here just to beat Florida. I'm going down here to absolutely beat the absolute piss out of Florida.
That's right. That's
I'm
exactly.
just being honest.
That is. And let me show you, the most we've showed a team this year is Virginia when we showed the speed option. It was one play. We showed one play that is like, oh, we saw that last year. It was a speed option, and we scored on the play, right?
Yeah. Yeah. How many times we run that last year? How many times Hendon scored on that?
Oh, as many times as he wanted to.
Yeah.
As many times as he wanted to. And so you got to understand that, there's some big keys to this game. We're going to dive right in, y'all. But before we dive into the 3 keys of the game, one key that's not on our 3 keys that we agreed on is this. Last year, the quarterbacks dominated the run game. Anthony Richardson had 17 carries for like 60-something yards. And I think he had 2 touchdowns. I'm pretty sure that was what he did. Hendon Hooker, he had 13 carries. He had like 112 yards. And the quarterbacks dominated the game. The running backs, Florida's running backs last year, it was like Naquan Wright and Montrell Johnson. Trevor Etienne played a little bit, but those 2 had half the carries Anthony Richardson had. Half the carries. And our running backs had half the carries. I think our running backs that game only had like 60 yards. The quarterbacks dominated the run game. That there is the most important piece of this game. Who dominates the run game? Does Florida's running backs dominate Tennessee's defense? I just don't see it happening. But can Tennessee muster up enough, just blow these guys off the ball and allow them backs to go eat all night long? It's going to just open up that pass game, man. That vertical pass game is going to be there. I promise you it's going to be there. It was there all last year. It was there all last year.
Yeah, and I think, this ain't got nothing really to do with the 3 keys to victory like we're about to talk about. But, you talking about, I'm trying to think of how to explain this. I think this game we're going to find our identity offensively. I think we're going to know, we're going to come out here and throw the ball 40, 45 times a game. Or, hey, we're going to come out here and throw it 25 games, but we're going to run the football all over you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think we're going to find our identity in our offense this game.
Well, can I tell you this? And maybe it's right now, it's just been a lot of stretches to the outside, right? It's been a lot of quick stuff. And we've thrown the ball to the intermediate side of the field. There's been some drops, been some bad throws. But through 2 games, Joe has thrown the ball 63 times.
You know a route that I'm sitting here trying to think. We might have seen it once or twice. But a route we haven't even seen this route. And this route, I swear, on third downs, we would, if it was 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8, we'd run this every time, and it was a first down.
What's that?
Just a little hitch comeback route.
Oh, yeah. Well, we've seen it, right? We haven't seen it on 3rd and 7. We've seen it. Brew caught a couple of comebacks against Virginia. Ramel caught one against Austin Peay. So, we've seen it, but not at the magnitude not at the volume, I should say. Not at the volume and consistency as we saw it last year. It's going to happen. We're going to see. I'm telling you, we're going to see a lot of things Saturday, bro. We're seeing a lot tomorrow.
I'm just thinking about the scheme, from last year. How many times we do that? Like in a series, we'd come back, screen, come back, and then boom, fake the comeback.
Boom.
Slot receivers right up the seam. Because those safeties have bit hard.
I'm telling you, man. Florida's defensive coordinator is the youngest defensive coordinator in the country. He's 29 years old, Austin Armstrong. He's very green at the position. Yes, he's coached at Southern Miss. Southern Miss's defense got better in 22. Now he's at Florida. I like my coach over him. I'm just going to tell you that right now.
Yeah.
I like my offensive scheme over whatever he's trying to draw up. Florida thinks they can get home with 4. We're going to find out. We're going to see. So much I could talk about, y'all. Let's dive in.
Whatever.
Let's dive in, y'all. Today, man, here we're going to start the top of the show, middle of the show with the 3 keys to victory. But before we do that, man, we got to tell you about a great company called the True Tennessean. www.truetennessean.com. They have all kind of merchandise from hats to Tennessee t-shirts to just state of Tennessee branded t-shirts. Whatever you could think of, they've probably dreamed it up, and it's really, really dope. Go ahead, head to the website at thetruetennessean.com. Use the code StraightUp10 for a little surprise at check out. Here we go, man. 3 keys to victory for the Tennessee Volunteers. The first one that we believe is this. Number 1 is a fast start. Tennessee has to start fast tomorrow if we even think it's going to be a blowout. I don't think we have to start fast to win, but I think to actually make a statement and have a chance. I mean, Tennessee gets up 10. Tennessee gets up 14. Heck, Tennessee gets up 17 before Florida scores a point. It might be a long night. If Tennessee gets up 10-0, Turner, if Tennessee gets up 10 or 14-0 early in the game, first quarter, early second quarter, and Florida hasn't put up anything, what does that do to that crowd early?
It's LSU all over again. I mean, I don't care how electric the atmosphere is, because it'd be the same way in Neyland, man. I'm just being honest. Like if Florida, if it was a 7, if let's say this game is in Neyland, okay, let's say Florida comes out, and let's say early second quarter, it's 17-0 Florida. We are going to be dead.
Yeah,
Neyland Stadium is going to be dead.
It would be, and that's what I'm saying. A fast start changes the entire atmosphere of this game, and Tennessee has not. Well, let's rewind. Virginia, we started off first drive and went down and scored. 7-play touchdown drive. We haven't seen that since the Virginia game. The Virginia game, you score first drive, and then it just kind of trickled off the rest of the game, and then you got hot again in the second quarter. What if you come out against Florida and you are just firing on all cylinders and you put them to bed early? What does that do for the confidence of Joe Milton? What does that do for the confidence of Tim Banks and this defense to continue to attack at a high level, to continue to send guys that don't even make sense to send, right? Like, what does that do early in this game Saturday? It changes the whole course of that game, man. I'm telling you.
It does, because there's a lot of things that come into play with a fast start. Like, we get up 14-0 in the first quarter. Like, I think our defense is at least 35. I'm gonna say I think our defense is 35 to almost 50% better than last year. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Like, honestly. So, like, where teams last year, like, we get up 14-0, they're down, but we know our defense is really not that good. So we just got to keep scoring. Like, I have enough faith in this team. If we get up 14-0, it's a wrap. Like, our defense is gonna, like, I don't think you're gonna catch up. I don't.
Yeah. No, I'm with you, man. And so that first key, man, is a fast start. The second key is this: it's the passing game. And if you're listening on Apple or Spotify right now, in parentheses on YouTube, we've got scheming guys open. This is going to be key in winning this game. Passing game has not necessarily been non-existent. There have been a lot of miscommunications. There have been a lot of non-executing drives. There's just been a lot of mistakes in the past game. Let's go back to the Virginia game for just a second. Joe Milton, I believe, was 21 of 30. He went for like 208, 2 touchdowns. But let me explain something. His stat line changes to 23 of 30 for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. Well, 4 touchdowns quickly. Had Ramel Keaton catch a bomb in his hands, and had Brew McCoy had 1 foot in on the corner ball, which was a dot.
It's a completely different game.
Would we be saying all of the things we've been saying over the last 7 days had Joe Milton played that way, or those 2 plays? Not Joe Milton played because he played great, but had Ramel caught the football and had Brew been in bounds on another 35-yard dot to the end zone. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's easy to say that the passing game has not been in sync, but there have been opportunities for it to be completely different. And now you are going to get schemes. You're going to get chess versus checkers. And if Austin Armstrong decides to play checkers, he's going to get eaten up all night long by Josh Heupel and Joey Halzle.
Yeah, man, and I think like, you know, it's called, you said the passing game in parentheses, scheming guys open. You know, it can say passing game, but when it comes to scheming guys open, I think a big part of that comes with the run game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We got to be able to run the football tomorrow, man.
Yeah.
And when I say got to be able to run, I'm talking about we can't Joe Milton, not that he would, but Joe Milton can't be the leading rusher tomorrow and we expect to win the game like Hendon Hooker was, right? It's got to be a running back. We've got to go put 150, 180, 200 yards on them and make them feel us, because that's the only thing that's going to open this up, man.
Yeah, and that's honestly, I think I've said it so much, like in previous episodes, you know, about this football team. I think that's one thing that could take this team to the next level compared to last year. I mean, man, it's so tough to sit here and think, because I think we're more talented this year than we were last year. I mean, that might be an unpopular opinion.
On paper, right?
Yeah, on paper, we're more talented on the offensive side of the ball, and the defense is more talented, better. Man, I don't know. I just think that's so scary. Like on paper, like, and what we have shown with our run game, like, I'm like, golly, we ran the ball pretty good. I mean, we actually ran the ball pretty good last year. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying we didn't. But
yeah,
I know
sure.
I know I talk about our run game so much, but man, our run game could, like, we thought our offense was explosive last year. The way our run game could be this year, it could be, I don't even know what word I'm trying to say. It'd be more explosive than last year was if our run game can be more successful.
Oh, yeah. And that's all it has to be. It just has to be more successful than it was, and it is already. And so that's what makes me feel very confident in what's to come here tomorrow. Well,
I'm anxious to see. I can talk about it in the next point. It's part of the next point.
Yeah. But the big thing here is this. When guys are open, 2 things have to happen. 1, Joe's got to hit him. He's got to hit him. But then 2, they got to catch the ball. Like, it's really that simple. When the guy is open, throw him open, or just hit him where he needs to be hit. And then receiver, do your job and catch the football. If it's a little high, if it's a little low, catch the football. If he hits you in the chest and you drop it, I went back and watched the Austin Peay game, and I did not want to. Jabari drops a ball in the flat, wide open, drop. Squirrel White drops a ball in the flat, wide open, drop. Like, there's a lot of things that you can go back and say, that's not on Joe. But everybody's going to blame the quarterback every single time. No matter what, you're going to blame the quarterback.
Every time.
So my hope is that we see these guys, we see Josh Heupel play chess all night long and scheme these receivers who can run at 25 miles an hour. We see them running down the field wide open. Dante Thornton.
Yeah.
Wake up, baby. Let's get it, Mac. It's go time. It's go time against Florida. What kind of coming out party could that be for Dante Thornton tomorrow? Wow. Number 3, keys to victory right here. The defensive backs. We couldn't pick just one. The third and last key to victory is defensive backs and offensive line protection. Where we were going with this is The secondary is going to play a huge part in this because if we do indeed stop the run, we're putting the ball into Graham Mertz's hands and saying, hey, buddy, beat us. And we've done this in the past with Florida teams that didn't have good quarterbacks and they played great against us, right?
Yep.
And so it's what does this defensive back room do? What kind of chip do they walk into the game, into the swamp with? What kind of dog do they walk into the swamp with? Are they going to walk in there and lay down because they know that the front seven can handle getting the Mertz, getting the XYZ? No. We need the defensive backs to play possessed. We need them to absolutely lock up everybody. Lock up everything, because if you put the ball in Mertz's hands and he starts to get into a rhythm, it could potentially turn into a game that we did not think would happen.
Oh, 100%. I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that.
Yeah, and then the other thing that we just couldn't leave off is how good will our offensive line be? The talk of the town right now is Cooper Mays is going to play tomorrow. If he does, what does that do, and how does that shift things? Does Ollie Lane move to left guard, or does Andre Carrick's been playing great? Do you take him out? Like what happens there?
I'm really anxious about that too, man. I really don't know. That's what I'm really anxious to see what the offensive line does. I mean, if Cooper Mays is back, Cooper Mays is going to play. I mean, we know that
100%. There's no doubt.
But I'm anxious to see what the rotation is like. I'm anxious to see if there's a change with Cooper Mays. Like, I think Ollie's done great. I mean, I think he's done fantastic. I think the offensive line's done good. I mean, honestly, but I don't know. I'm anxious to see.
On both sides of the football, the offensive line might be the single most important piece to the puzzle of winning this matchup Saturday.
Well, and I think offensive line's a big piece of our offense because some of Josh Heupel's schemes, they're not very quickly developing, if you know what I mean.
Correct. It takes some time. It takes that 3 to 7 second kind of development.
To sit back there in the pocket because, man, see, that's another thing about this team, just more talented. If you can give Joe 3 to 6 seconds for them deep balls to develop, I mean, I don't care if it's 75-yard bomb. Joe Milton gonna get the ball there.
That's the thing. That's the thing. Like, what is a massive weapon is that, right? You saw it at times last year in garbage time. You saw it at times in the Orange Bowl even. And some of those balls in the Orange Bowl were quicker. But I'm sitting here thinking about the super deep ball to Squirrel White when he caught it. Yeah. When he caught it before he got to the end zone, Joe's holding the ball. He's like, oh, shoot, Squirrel's out there. Let me just launch this real quick. And he just throws it 70 yards in the air like nothing, right? Go back to the Virginia game. I don't know if you saw this, really. Joe Milton threw the ball. When he threw that ball to Ramel Keaton, Turner, he threw it from – so the ball was on the Tennessee 22. He's 4 yards off the ball to catch it in the shot. He took a 3-step drop. How many yards off the ball is that?
7.
He's 7 yards away from the 22. He threw it from the 15 to the 20 in the air.
Like it was nothing. Just a flick of the wrist.
He threw it from the 15 to the 20. So what I'm going back to say it on a dot. So what I'm saying is, if guys are just running down the field and they just keep running, it's okay. We're going to get them the ball. Just keep running and give him some time. Give him some time to make a play.
Well, I see. I think that's the thing that, we're really not taking into consideration with this, Austin Peay game. And I don't want to talk about Austin Peay, but I feel like you can't kind of have to talk about Austin Peay because I feel like everybody is,
that's the latest edition of this team that we've seen.
Yeah, and everybody's saying that Florida is going to upset us because of our performance at Austin Peay.
Exactly.
I don't know. There was never a time, and I'm sitting here trying to think in that Austin P game where we didn't throw it deep. We didn't. I mean, Joe was getting rid of it like that. I mean,
Quick.
nothing wrong with that, but you know what I
We
mean.
didn't
But
throw it
like,
deep once. We did not throw it deep once that game.
nope, 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 nope.
Defensive backs got to show up, and the O line gotta hold them blocks. We've been great in running down, so we got to be great in pass protection. Pass pro is everything. Tomorrow, turn playmakers of the game, man. Let's start on the offensive side. Who offensively, man, has to be that dog tomorrow for Tennessee to walk out of the swamp and it's fully drained?
I mean, I think we all know the answer, and it has to be Joe Milton. I mean, that's cliche, but it has to be Joe Milton. for a receiver to succeed, or I mean, we could sit here and say a running back, but I mean, I think our running backs are going to be good. I really do, but it has to be Joe Milton. I mean, it has to be.
I have been trying not to say Joe Milton all week.
Yeah.
Like, I know this segment happens on Friday, and I've been trying all week to not say Joe Milton, but I'm going to say Joe Milton as well. It has to be Joe. He always seems, now, I will say this, the reason I have so much confidence leading into tomorrow night is because it seems as if in these big games, he always shows up. Like, you got to think about it. He hasn't played in a ton of big games as a Vol, but in the Orange Bowl, in the biggest game of the year for Tennessee, the first New Year's Six Bowl in some time, he goes out and performs at a high level. This is the first big time game Joe Milton has started in a Tennessee uniform. I feel like he's a guy that feeds on the moment. He feeds on what's in front of him. And I truly think that we are going to see a special performance from 7 tomorrow night.
Facts.
Joe Milton has to be the offensive playmaker of the game. Defensively, for me, I said this on Wednesday, and I'm sticking to it. Wesley Walker is the game changer, the playmaker for me. Here's why. Wesley Walker doesn't only affect what happens in the back end. We've seen Wesley Walker make play after play after play. Last week, he almost catches a pick because of a blown coverage on the right side of the field. Receivers running up the sideline. Wesley Walker shading very well, makes a play, makes the receiver drop the ball. But he also makes plays in the run game. He's a massive help coming down in the box, coming down out of the secondary and making plays. He is going to be everywhere on the field. He's going to be everywhere. He has to change the game for Tennessee defensively. If I had to pick a close second, it would be Aaron Beasley, just because Aaron Beasley is that dog. But for me, the playmaker of the game, to me, Wesley Walker got to be that dog tomorrow.
My playmaker of the game, I feel like I could say, I'm not going to say him because I feel like I could say him for every game. I could say Beasley for every game.
Yep.
Like you just said, because I think he's a dog. But if I had to pick one person, I'm going to pick somebody in the secondary too. I'm going to say Kamal Hadden.
They're going to throw his way.
Yeah, I mean, you even said this, or it was you that told me this yesterday that like they've only thrown to Danico's side one time. Yeah.
One time in 2 games, he's been thrown at once, and it was a touchdown. Believe it or not, because he slipped.
Yeah,
he has literally got guys on lock. So I don't know if they put Slaughter on Pearsall or if they put Kamal Hadden on Wilson. Like, I don't know what they're going to do. I feel like Kamal Hadden may be the best ball skill corner, but Slaughter is just locked down. So it's just like, who do you want on their best receiver, which is Pearsall? And Pearsall's lined up in the slot some this year. So Tamarian McDonald may have an opportunity to play one-on-one against him as well. Warren Burrell, when he comes in and plays that star position as well. So Brandon Turnage as well as he gets in there. So it's just, I agree with you. Kamal Hadden, he's going to have opportunities to make massive plays on Saturday. And will he? I think it's time to. It's time to. We know he can.
Yeah, man, and I think that's we were kind of talking about this earlier, and I would love to know if you're a coach. Comment this, please, in the comments. I want to know. I want to know if it's a coaching tactic or like what it is. But when you're running and you don't turn your head and you just throw your arms up, like I get it. Like if you're getting burnt and the wide receiver like looks up at the like you can see his eyes and you're burnt, so you just throw your hands up. But at the same time, if it's an underthrown ball, like it's an automatic PI. Like I want to know, like, are you supposed to just throw your hands up or are you supposed to turn your head? But anyways, if Kamal Hadden can turn around and get a look on the ball, you said it. He's got the most ball skill. He's going to go up and make a play. I mean, the times he actually got burnt by Austin Peay. There was one time. He got burnt that one time, but dude catches it and he gets his hand in there somehow and breaks it up.
Yep.
I just think, I mean, the Nico's got him on lockdown over there. I think they're going to throw at Kamal Hadden. I feel like that's a Tennessee thing that they always find that one corner. I mean, who was it like? Not last year. Who was it like 3 years? Was it Warren Burrell that they threw at?
Might have been
every time.
Yeah, 2021 down at the Swamp. Yeah.
Yes. Yep. They just kept throwing it at him. Kept throwing it at him.
Yep,
but
they did.
I am also anxious to see. This is kind of off the whole thing. I'm anxious to see what we do from a personnel standpoint this Florida game. Like I'm wondering if like are you gonna like is it gonna be like Kamal Hadden 45 snaps, Gabe Judy Lawley like 35 snaps. Is it going to be pretty even, or are you going to get that Kamal Hadden 60 snaps, Gabe Judy Lawley 20 snaps? Like, you know what I mean? 80 snaps is a lot. I hope it's not 80 snaps, but you get what I'm saying.
What's the rotation look like back there? Yeah. I completely understand what you're saying there. So, y'all know how we in the one more day, man. The final score predictions. Turn, man. I'm actually going to take this one first, and mine is not changing. I just really feel like this is the time. This is the place. This team don't care about history. This team don't care about any of that. And I'm thankful because I never thought I would say this. I'm more thankful for the transfer portal than I've ever been, because a lot of these cats did not grow up in the South. A lot of these cats don't care about who Florida is. They've been enlightened. They know that Florida and Tennessee is a big rival. They know that Tennessee and Alabama is a big rival, and they know the magnitude of winning these games. But the history does not matter to these guys from California. History does not matter to guys from Chicago and Michigan like Kamal Hadden. None of that matters to these guys, which helps a lot. They did not grow up Tennessee fans like guys in the 2010s, right? I remember we were getting local guys, Brian Randolph, Todd Kelly Jr. We were getting locals who knew the magnitude and couldn't get over the hump in the Swamp. History means nothing over this team anymore. This is the game Joe Milton gets it all together. This is the game that we put every piece together, and Tennessee does what we know that we can do, and we go down to the Swamp and we drain it. Tennessee, I'm taking the Vols 41-21. Go Big Orange.
Man, I'm gonna do something a little different, man. I'm gonna go 2 score predictions.
All right, Stephen Colley.
Hear me out. No,
shout out Colley, bro. We can't wait to get Colley on for the Alabama week. That's my guy.
I'm gonna have a Tennessee fan score prediction, and then I'm gonna have like just an outsider look score prediction.
Okay.
Tennessee fan, 41-17.
Man, I like it.
Okay, outsider. I don't like Tennessee. I don't like Florida. I'm just looking in on it. 34-24 Vols.
I like that. I think that's reasonable. I think that's great. I 100% agree. So, y'all,
Vols by 50.
Vols by 50, man. Y'all know what it is. Y'all really know what it is. And I'm excited, man. I haven't been this excited in a long time for a football game. It just feels right. So, y'all, you already know, man. We'll be back on Sunday for this next day episode. Hopefully, not hopefully, celebrating a Tennessee victory over the Florida Gators in the Swamp. I can't wait to be back with you on Sunday. We're going to be back locked in, probably do a live like we've been doing. It's been cool doing lives on Sunday. It's been really cool. And hopefully, again, we're not coming back on Sunday down. We're coming back feeling ourselves a little bit because Tennessee takes care of business tomorrow night in the Swamp. Y'all, it's been a great week, man. It's Gator Hater Week. Tomorrow, it all pays off. So lock in, man. It's going to be a great, great day. Hope that everybody enjoys the game. Stay safe out there. If you see somebody wearing a Florida shirt, smack them in the face. Let them know that they're wearing the wrong shade of orange and that ugly blue. They look stupid. Let them know that we eating Gator, like Jawan Jennings says. And go ahead and let them know why Tennessee finna rock them come 7 p.m., man. We love y'all. We appreciate the love and the support. As always, we'll see you back on Sunday. For my dog Turner, it's your boy Ruck in the building, man. We love y'all. We'll see you. Man, enjoy the game. Go Vols. It's time to do it. Time to break the streak. Will we do it?
Yes.
I think yes. I think yes. I think yes. And I didn't even say this. I got to say this before we leave. We're wearing the Stormtroopers. We're going to be drippy out there in Gainesville. We love y'all, man. We appreciate it. We'll see y'all back on Sunday. Go Vols.